Hey, Ariana Grande here, and this is what's in my bag. Check it out.
Si l'élite nous expose ouvertement ses pratiques, c'est pour qu'on fasse partie du rituel. Ariana est une offrande, c'est pour ça que dans son dernier clip, le sang coule sur ce tableau. Les cowboys, c'est l'industrie, qui capture Ariana pour l'exploiter. C'est aussi un baptême de sang façon taurobolium, avec une tête de taureau aussi présente ici, et les lettres BA, comme balle. 3 jours après la sortie du clip, Perez se mutile en live sur TikTok.
Why am I not dead yet?
Pour amplifier le sacrifice. Les prêtres de Baal se tailladaient avec des couteaux pour appeler leur dieu. Et au même moment, Prime annonce la série Carrie, tirée de Stephen King. Carrie, c'est l'archétype, humiliation publique et le sang versé. Un rituel qui se rejoue en boucle dans la culture populaire. La mort symbolique de la star. Et puis le feu qui vient purifier pour faire renaître une nouvelle version. Comme cette fleur plantée par l'élite. On retrouve les mêmes codes partout. Jenna Ortega, humiliation, bain de sang. Jaden Smith, même logique. Parce que ces enfants ne décident de rien. Ce sont des esclaves de l'industrie qui servent tous le même culte. Le dernier clip de Katy Perry nous montre un double qui lui sort du dos. Et la purification par le feu. On avait les mêmes visuels dans les clips de Billie Eilish. Et dans le film Substance, une femme s'injecte un produit pour créer un alter qui encore une fois lui sort du dos. Et l'ancien corps est exposé comme un déchet public. Parce que le but de l'élite est de monter une star et ensuite de la jeter en spectacle. Exactement le même scénario que dans Pétale. Donc si Ariana est en très mauvaise santé, c'est voulu, et même amplifié. Comme les anciens rituels, le sacrifice de la célébrité doit être médiatisé pour rappeler à tout le monde qui détient vraiment le pouvoir.
Well, do these celebrities know? Like, are they puppets or are they actually involved in this? Like, because sometimes people can tell you, yeah, you got to play this part, you got to do this in this video, but they might not. No, they can't be. They have to be a part of it, right?
We've spoke about this a lot, but watch how he's told not to use this hand symbol. Put it down. You know, this said hand symbol that we seem to see on the world stage all the time. I mean, Kia loves to use this hand symbol, as you can see right here. You know, this symbol is all over. I never see this guy using it, but I always see this guy using it. It was even noticed on the first ever released picture of COVID-19. The more you look, it's just literally everywhere. When you realise that they're all part of a certain society that's here to control and manipulate the masses. Certain society that's even symbolised on the dollar bill. As you can see, at the top of the pyramid, you've got the all-seeing eye. And what does it say at the bottom of the dollar bill? Well, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, which in Latin means the New World Order. I'm telling you, these people on the world stage, they always tell you who they are. You've just got to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear.
Are there aliens among us? And I'll say that I am one, but
Or you're from the future.
they don't believe me.
Okay.
Elon Musk isn't from the future or an alien. He's a fallen angel who's definitely from the past. This is Werner von Braun, the man who took us to the moon, who wrote a book called The Mars Project in 1952, who had a guy called Elon colonizing Mars 19 years before Elon Musk was born. And like, all you need to do is go and watch my last video that I've just posted about this, because it's kind of a crazy rabbit hole. Like I said, they're all part of this certain club that we never really get to see or know about. They just symbolize their authority right in your faces. Now, just sometimes they're told to stop doing it so much. Right there. Obviously, this was all just for entertainment. Clearly, this isn't a real hand symbol of a secret society. No, as always, I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
He's onto something, my people. We have to watch and we have to listen to what these people say, because they are telling us.
There is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. And why is that? It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive and when the people are asking questions and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum and he begins to throw the Christians to the lions, and he has great chariot races and football games, basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. When 150 of the most powerful men and women in the world can meet in secret in Baden-Baden, Germany, and plot the fate of billions, and nobody even cares about it, but 6 football players go to lunch together, and it's in the headlines across the country, you have a reflection of the society in which that exists.
Imagine all the sports arenas around the world. Yeah, like Saturdays and Sundays, everywhere around the world there is some type of sport going on. Now, worldwide, all of that energy, I think they're like energy bowls, like to suck people's energy. It's just like, maybe like when you're going into churches and everyone's singing and, oh, hallelujah, and all of that stuff. And it's just energy. It's just another place to suck energy. And if you look at football fans or sports fans, some of them will knock your head off, yeah, for their team. Some of them will, there's been people, sports fans. So you tell me people ain't putting their energy into that. And if they say this world is being led by people sucking off our energies, well, what a greater way to suck our energy. Why for that?
They control the food, they control the air, they control the weather, they control the medical system, they control the education system, they control the prices, they control inflation, they control how much money you make, they control the taxes, they control the world, they control the wars, they control who's fighting, they control your mind. They cause the divide, they cause us to fight because then that gives them more control. They're making people sick, they keep people sick, that makes them money. They control what you think, they control what you know, they control what you see, they control what you believe, they keep people dumb. They make you think that people like me are crazy because that keeps you trapped. They tell you fluoride is good for you, they put it in your water, they make you brush your teeth with it, but what it actually does is calcifies your pineal gland, stops you from being able to see the things they don't want you to see. They push pharmaceuticals because that keeps you blind. They do all of this because they want to control everything, and they want you to have one world, and they want to take the power of every country, and that's why they're starting wars in all of these other countries, because those countries are not on the same system as the rest of us. They are not under the Rothschild banking system. So just keep an eye out. Maybe listen to people like me.
Illuminati. It was founded in 1776 in the south of Germany by a man named Adam Weishaupt. He formulated his plans in relation to the House of Rothschild in England, Germany, France, Italy. The Rothschild banking dynasty behind the governments of Europe hired Adam Weishaupt to formulate a plan for the world at that time to accomplish certain goals. That plan came to be known as the Illuminati plan. Adam Weishaupt himself, the founder of the Illuminati, was in fact a Jesuit priest. Adam Weishaupt understood that democracy has never worked, is not working now, and never will work. Basically because of the reason that people, while they could be and are the power of any government, and that on the surface democracy seems to be the best of all possible worlds, democracy is a very bad form of government because the people can be misled. Because democracy means, it comes from the word demos, meaning mob. Demosocracy, ocracy meaning rule. Demosocracy or democracy means mob rule. The founders of democracy in our modern day form realized that the people can be manipulated into accepting whatever they want the people to accept.
I wasn't going to make this video. I don't know how long it's going to stay online. I might even look a bit crazy, but I need to tell you guys something. So as you know, I'm experienced in content, specifically the way that content is made and distributed globally. And there are certain countries and organizations on the planet that will do and pay anything for certain content or messages to be pushed. I know that firsthand. My friend also owns a literal mass distribution agency that works with a literal government. Because of that, the most common and modern strategies used to push said messages is via other people, via personal brands. Why? Because we follow people on social media, not brands. How many people do you follow compared to businesses? Because of that, there are such things as industry plants, and not the good kind either. Now, when we look at the people that are blowing up online at the minute and the people that are behind them, directly or indirectly, you can see the messages that are being pushed form part of a narrative. For example, looks maxing, changing your face, tapping into the insecurities of men. Why? To make you sin, to change the way that Allah made you. You know, sleeping with 1,000 men. The guy whose name begins with a T in the UK, you'll know who funds him when you start to notice the certain flags in the air at certain rallies. All of this is designed to defile the soul, to make people sin on a mass scale and pull us away from traditional values, you know, man and wife, happy life, being content under God. And it's all designed in a specific way for specific things to happen at specific times, because the people that are behind the people are on the literal Epstein files, and they're trying to bring forth the coming of Dajjal.
Like in terms of paying influencers, yeah, well, they're the new, like, they're influencers. They're catching millions of people on these social media platforms. So, of course, the system is going to want to get into them. It's just how it works. So let's not be fooled. And, you know, maybe they start off well, but once money starts getting generated and, you know, more products are being introduced to them, it becomes a trap, and it's harder for them to say no. And then they're sucked in. Some people just willingly get sucked in, but I'm not sure that all influencers are, you know, with the intention of, I don't know. We move on.
Take energy from sunlight. People who are in the sun eat less food. Let your kids be outside in the sun. Take their shirts off. Let them run around barefoot on the grass. You know what you get from the ground? You get electrons. The same thing. It's straight free energy. What runs through a mitochondria that makes all the ATP? The electron transfer chain. It's not a fat acid chain. It's not a carbohydrate chain. Protein. The sun is a nutrient. It is not out to kill you. The idea that the sun is giving you cancer is the most asinine, insane, gaslighting, ridiculous statement on earth. It makes all life exist. It charges everything. We are alive because of the power of the sun. Yet you want to tell people to slather on carcinogenic chemicals, bake it into their skin with the suns, and say, oh, that's what's aging you. I'm 51 years old. I've never used sunscreen. I don't have anything done to my face. I eat a crap ton of meat, and I drive a convertible. I want as much sun as I possibly can get, you know, because it makes me younger. They're lying to you. They've lied about almost everything. Do the opposite of what the government says.
I'm going to fully agree with that. Like, the sun is everything. Without the sun, we are not here. The sun gives life. The sun gives us food. It gives us everything. So, you know, it is crazy why there is a big thing at the moment, especially with the sun. It's like there's people around the world seeing two suns, or, you know, China's trying to create, or they did create a fake sun. And then now we got these chemtrails everywhere trying to block the sun. Like, it's like they don't want us to have natural sunlight. I don't know if they want us to have deficiencies, or I don't know what their plan is. But there is something that is going on with the sun and the people that run the world. Let's put it that way. But people, the sun is your friend.
The reason we have 1,000 military bases is not for military power. They're lily pads for smuggling. That is how CIA smuggles gold, guns, drugs, cash, and small children for the elites in the United States. War is a profit center, not just for oil. War produces body parts. It produces orphans. It produces all kinds of human goods that can then be trafficked. And the banks rely on war and drugs for their cash flow, for their liquidity.
I think this might be the best video I've ever made, okay? Anyone who's red-pilled and awake right now is typically terrified and anxious about where the world is headed, and I'm about to tell you why I've never been more excited to be alive in my entire life, okay? Let me explain. Look, around 2020, a lot of us woke up, including me, eyes wide open, like truly woke up, like we're being lied to, the corruption is out of control, the world's a circus, okay? Right now, Canada's on fire, literally, okay? But also politically, economically, spiritually. The Israel situation has split the entire conservative movement in half. There's a war in the Middle East with no end in sight. AI is barreling down the pipeline and nobody's ready for it. Social media is rewiring our kids' brains. Hell, it's toxic for our brains. Our food is toxic. Our water is toxic. Our clothes, turns out, are toxic. Okay, the media is an absolute joke and we don't even know who to trust. We got digital ID and digital banking coming. The Epstein list, forget about it. Nothing's happening. The Charlie Kirk trial, forget about it. Nothing's happening. Hollywood is doing its satanic thing as per usual. It's a circus, okay? We're truly living in a movie, and trust me, it's messed up. I get it. But here's the thing you have to realize, guys. I hope you know that successful people are really good at holding two truths at once, okay? They can hold all of the evil, but they also can hold all the good simultaneously. And I don't think it's a coincidence that all of this evil is peaking at the exact moment that we have more agency to build our own lives than ever before in human history. You can run your life like a small, well-managed country. We never used to be able to do that. Is our food and water toxic? Absolutely, but you have more information on how to optimize your physiology than any king would have ever had in all of human history. Social media is poisoning everyone, sure, but only the ones who are using it unconsciously. Use it with intention and calculation and it becomes the most powerful tool you've ever touched. Politics is a mess, sure, but it's always been a mess. It's always been corrupt. But now you can build your own economy like never before. You can live like royalty from anywhere you want on earth. So is the world more toxic than I ever would have even imagined? Yes, but my God, do we have more antidotes than ever before? And here's the one thing that is really starting to change how I see everything, is that I've started to entertain the possibility that all of this is in God's hands, that there really is a bigger plan at play. And if we're happy to give him the glory for every blessing, then why not hand him our fears and our anxieties too? Guys, we are a speck in something far bigger than what we can even comprehend. And when you truly surrender to that plan instead of drowning in all the noise, that is when you start to win, and that's when you start to become really, really excited about the times that we're in. I know that's not a popular opinion, but that's just the vibe today, baby, okay?
Yeah, man. I like your positivity. But there's one thing that you did say was, I think it was Kings or something, they would love to have the information that we have today or something like that. I believe, well, I would think that, you know, the olden times, like let's say the Egyptian dynasty times, I would say probably had more information spiritually and physically. So yeah, I think in our times now we are more physical. Like I think all the spiritual information has been kept and hidden and locked away under the Vatican, and you know, certain top elites are using it against us. But that's the only thing that I think, you know, there is a lot of information we do have now. We are uncovering a lot of stuff. But to say we are more intelligent, I don't know about that. I definitely don't know about that.
Anyone who doesn't want their phones part of the New World Order, you guys might want to listen up. And this is going to be very, very inconvenient to about 1.5 billion Apple users. But I made a video on this before. I'm going to do it again because I think it's that important. Apple announced back in March that their new iPhones 17e and on, all the future ones after that, will have a special little chip in them that is developed in Israel. The same place where these people are very, very sensitive of how you talk to them, right? They are quite literally suing New York Times because New York Times reported on how they treat their prisoners and they didn't like that. This is also the same place that has infiltrated governments across the world. Okay, and not that this relates at all, but back in 2024, did you guys know that there was a pager attack? Yes, thousands of pagers blew up simultaneously in Lebanon and Syria. Now, I'll let you guys decide on who was behind that, okay? In a coordinated intelligent operation. And this was because they were able to exploit the global supply chain and plant tiny little undetectable explosives in the devices, and then they distributed them amongst the people in Lebanon and Syria. And now we'll have little tiny special chips in our phone. Well, not in mine, because this will be the last time I get an iPhone. And quite frankly, Apple has already been on a slippery slope with me anyways, because their AirPods were found to be using EEG technology inside of them, where they could literally read your brain frequency. I mean, how bizarre. You're supposed to be just listening to music, so I don't know what that's about. But our privacy is literally under attack as we speak. Your phones will be used as a portal into your world. And that portal will be accessed by the country who has very, very sinister agendas for the New World Order. So, are you going to be a part of it or not?
Are you going to stick with Apple?
For educational purposes only. Here's the Microsoft patent to turn you into the Internet of Bodies. In order to make a human Wi-Fi capable, you have to have salt, an electrical current, and a lot of metals. You are an electrical being with salts. You need salt to survive on a cellular level. And now you're full of heavy metals. You are a perfect Wi-Fi router. All they have to do is crank up the 6G, and a lot of you are going to have horrific side effects from these metals. Because what happens when you put metal into a microwave? Please study this patent. What they do is they piggyback off of your aura field. Your aura is your sixth sense. It extends 3 meters outside of your body. That's why they made you stand 6 feet apart. So you guys couldn't feel each other's energy, and then you would slowly die inside from depression and sadness because you were so lonely. It is time to fight back.
Like, looking at them last 2 videos, like, I swear one of them said something about they're trying to open up a portal to you or something like that. So imagine, like, we are just Wi-Fi routers, and they can link into our sort of nervous system or our system through Wi-Fi or through, I don't know, the technology they have. And then they can start doing whatever they want with us. Where are we heading, people?
Well, all the elites are building bunkers, and that's why they need data centers above their bunker. The data centers run the bunkers, and all that water is not needed for the data centers. They lied to you. 5 million gallons a day to run a data center of fresh water, your water. They don't need it. They're taking the water underground to the bunkers. And you have 2030 to detox the heavy metals, the parasites, the nano. You got to get this stuff out of your body.
She could be onto something with that one. Like, yeah, imagine they are building, their bunkers are built underneath these data centers, and they're just siphoning the water and using the data centers as their reasons why water is being drained and how much water they need. But me personally, I don't think water's a problem. Like, you know, I don't believe we're gonna run out of water. It's just fear tactics. It's just another thing for us to worry about. It's just another, you know, even with the AI, really, that's what we should be worried about. We should be worried about the AI taking over, and or us becoming AI. Really and truly, that's what they want, isn't it? They want us to be chipped people. So we will become the AI robots. Is that the future for us? Boy, again, this is not about pushing out fear. This is just to make you think differently. Just to think outside the box sometimes. To look outside the box. Because sometimes we're just looking straight ahead. Sometimes you got to look left and right, up and down. Yeah, just to get the whole picture. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.